I am the greatest, the strongest, the finest.
Welcome to another insightful episode of Akwa Ibom Rising, your gateway to the latest updates and progress on Governor Umo Eno's Arise agenda. It will be an interesting journey ahead as we'll showcase the transformative vision driving Akwa Ibom towards a brighter future under the Arise agenda. The program is brought to you from the office of Mr. Ekerete Odo, the Chief Press Secretary to the Akwa Ibom State Governor, and I am delighted to be your host, Miriam Daniels, the Air Goddess.
Keep up with the infrastructural consolidation and economic expansion blueprint of Governor Umo Eno. Stay abreast with development and the implementations of the Arise agenda in key focal areas like agricultural revolution, rural development, women and youth empowerment. Stay connected to tips on security and environmental management and hook up to the economic and sound educational improvement mantra.
We'll follow our Rise agenda, we will not be distracted, we'll follow through on agricultural development, rural development, infrastructural maintenance and advancement, security, and of course education.
Now, feel the pulse and impact of Governor Umo Eno as he rolls out an all-inclusive governance to deliver a better Akwa Ibom for us all. Akwa Ibom Rising.
And we begin with the cheery news that the Bank of Industry has finally arrived at Akwa Ibom State with its business office on the third floor of the magnificent 21-story Dakkada Towers business district of the Yoruba state capital. Speaking before performing the official opening of the bank, the governor described the event as the most business-like event since inception of his administration that marks a step away from politics and an affirmation of his resolve to fulfill his campaign promise to support small and medium-scale enterprises as a sure economic booster. Further expressing delight over the advent of the Bank of Industry in the state, Governor Eno, who had earlier received the team in his exco chamber at Government House, said it was a bold move towards realizing the lofty goals of the second and fourth aspirations of the Arise agenda, which includes job creation, economic prosperity, and the promotion of the spirit of industry and entrepreneurship in Akwa Ibom State.
We are gathered here this afternoon to witness a grand event, which represents a bold move to realize the lofty goal number 2 and number 4, respectively, of the aspirational goals of the Arise agenda, which in the main are job creation and the promotion of economic prosperity and the spirit of industry and entrepreneurship in our people, as well as sustainable economic growth. During my campaign, I made a strong point that will encourage SMEs and we will encourage the Bank of Industry to situate in Akwa Ibom State. Today, I stand very fulfilled at the realization of that campaign promise. Let me thank most profoundly the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olusi, and his management team for agreeing to partner with us in this particular area. We are deeply appreciative of the fact that today, the Bank of Industry, in the exercise of its mandate, is establishing its presence in our state with the opening of its operations here in our sparkling 21-story Dakkada office tower, the smartest building south-south of the Niger. As a businessman, one of the greatest challenges we had on our balance sheet was interest. Interest on loans sometimes will even override the things you're doing, and we had struggled so hard. And having gone through that path, I knew that one of the best things we could do to encourage enterprise in our state and encourage our young people will be to partner with them to make sure that they have source of good funding. Stand here to declare this building opened to the glory of God and the services of humanity in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olusupo Olusi, lauded Governor Eno's genuine commitment to promoting entrepreneurship in the state, which he said was obviously expressed in their discussion at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP28, at the United Arab Emirates, held in December 2023, by which the bank decided it would be a great idea to bring its operations closer to Akwa Ibom people by establishing its 32nd Nigerian branch in the state.
It would interest you to note that our mandate to create development impact is in harmony with the economic blueprint goals of His Excellency to transform the socio-economic landscape of Akwa Ibom State through sustainable economic growth and job creation, and also in furtherance of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. In recognition of these goals, the bank is ready to support private investment that will bring about transformation projects in agriculture, oil and gas, power, aviation, as well as tourism and hospitality sectors. This, we believe, will catalyze industrialization and economic sustainability in Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
In our next segment, we highlight the recent accolades bestowed upon Governor Umo Eno by the Consul General of the United States to Nigeria, Honorable Will Stevens, as he visited the State Exco Chamber of Government House, Uyo, where he praised Governor Eno for his commitment to development and the remarkable progress witnessed in Akwa Ibom State, from discussions on democratic processes to collaborative efforts in economic growth and prosperity. So stay tuned as we bring you details of those promising partnerships and the future endeavors between Akwa Ibom and the United States.
Congratulate you on your victory and on the very peaceful elections that happened here. In an election that was, deeply contested across the country, Akwa Ibom stood out for the professionalism and peace that you had in your elections. So thank you. When we met in Lagos a couple of months ago, we talked about how we can work together. And that could be, today I only have a short day here, but a chance to go visit one of your health sites and see the incredible work you're doing to combat HIV/AIDS and a lot of other infectious diseases jointly with the USAID and CDC here in Akwa Ibom State. Your state has done an incredible job fighting back the scourge of HIV/AIDS. Even during COVID, you were able to achieve incredible results. So I look forward to working with you, sir, and with your government in shaping our shared future. Thank you.
And we thank you for visiting with us here in Akwa Ibom. We, like you said, we've had a chance to meet before, but this will be your very first visit to the state since we assumed office. And we take this opportunity to welcome you and trust that your brief visit here will be worth it and you will enjoy the hospitality of the Akwa Ibom people. So on behalf of the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, we welcome you to Akwa Ibom. Thank you so much. We also want to celebrate the robust relationship that is existing between the government of Akwa Ibom State and the Consulate General's office and all of the work that we have done and we're doing together. We have the blue economy and we'd like to see the best we can do with the U.S. in terms of exploring the benefits of the blue economy, tourism and agriculture. And these are cardinal things in our RISE agenda. The last time I met with you, I talked about agriculture. Akwa Ibom State is basically an agrarian society, and we can do a lot in terms of agriculture and guarantee food security for our people.
wonderful to be in a place like this to see how democracy is delivering for its people, providing services, providing education and health care, and taking care of the next generation. With a median population of 19, we need to be thinking about the next generation. So being here at this school and seeing how the people of Akwa Ibom are going to benefit, it's really wonderful.
For the end of February, we will finish this. I've just asked for a checklist, and I begin to tick myself. So February, the kids should be coming back.
It was a night of conviviality, of the celebration of the binding elements of esprit de corps and deep sense of camaraderie as Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno hosted a send-forth dinner and gala night for the service commanders who served the state meritoriously and had been transferred for higher national responsibilities following their promotions in their respective service areas. The gala night, which took place at the banquet hall of the government house here, was also to celebrate Akwa Ibom's sons, who recently too had been promoted to higher ranks in their various services of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The governor, in responding to a few isolated cases of reported security infractions in the state, was forceful and resolute in his determination to ensure that the state remains one of the safest in Nigeria.
We will stop at nothing. I'd like to assure Akwa Ibomites in ensuring that this state is safe. We will stop at nothing. We're drawing up a new security architecture for the state, and in the next 1 month, people will know that we're serious. We will continue to maintain the peace that we seek. So if criminals believe that Akwa Ibom is a place to hibernate, I am warning now that they will find it very impossible to stay here. We have intelligence that some of us in the society living with us are giving support to these elements just to upturn the peace in the state and use it as a narrative. We will keep our state safe, and we will do everything to continue to keep this state safe. That is the assurance that I give, and I pray that nobody that I know, no matter how highly placed, all those that intend to return this state to what it used to be will never succeed. I may be simple, but people that work close to me know that when I am resolved on an issue, I will do it. So please, I pray those intelligence are not true. We're investigating them. We know you, we're watching you, and we know what's going on. We're on top of this game.
In their separate remarks, the outgoing Commissioner of Police AIG Olatoye Durosimi, outgoing Commander of 2 Brigade Major General Ken Chigu, and one of the newly promoted sons of Akwa Ibom State, Rear Admiral E. Ebe, appreciated the governor and the state for the gesture of appreciation and assured the governor it will motivate them to do more for the state and the nation in general.
During my stay here, I've come to see that there is something great about this land. There is something important about this land. For the Nigerian military, Akwa Ibom State has witnessed the elevation and promotion of 5 senior officers who, through their service in this God's own state, rose to the enviable rank of Lieutenant General, having been appointed the Chief of Army Staff.
On behalf of the newly promoted generals, I express our sincere gratitude to Your Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, and his dear wife. I also extend our appreciation to our mentees, retired senior officers of our dear states, generals, marshals, air vice marshals, and admirals. We thank the entire members of the State Executive Council and all the esteemed citizenry of Akwa Ibom State. We feel deeply honored, deeply privileged, and I wish to state that we do not take this reception and welcome for granted.
Thank you for your support. I thank you for the road we want to build so that we can have it better than what it used to be. I thank you for financial backing that you are giving us that make things to work among all of us, the service chiefs. We live in here, but we still put in mind that Akwa Ibom is part of us. Having come here 3 times, I know maybe the next mission I wouldn't know, but I still believe I have a lot to offer Akwa Ibomites. Thank you for organizing this beautiful occasion. I am very, very grateful, sir.
And in our next segment, we celebrate a milestone in the life of a revered statesman, a former minister of the Federation, Chief Ndwese Essien, as he marks his 80th birthday. It was a heartwarming moment from the special Thanksgiving service held in his honor at Kwaibu Church, Ikodibuk, Eken local government area. Governor Umo Eno, along with dignitaries from across the state, came together to pay tribute to Chief Essien's unwavering commitment to responsible leadership and his invaluable contributions to the development of Akwa Ibom State. So stay tuned for a glimpse into the touching speeches and reflections shared during this memorable occasion.
I've come here out of very, very great respect for our leader and a man who supported our cause. We are here today to thank God for our father, a man who is very sincere. He will tell you his mind. Whether he's right or wrong, the good thing is that he tells you how he feels. And that's the part I like about our father. And he's been a man that has encouraged me, not even as governor, from when I came to Eket. And then he moved on, went to the house, became a minister, and still interact, keep encouraging us to do the business we are doing with diligence. So I have great respect for our father, Chief Ndwese Essien. When the announcement came and I declared my intention to run, he was there for me. He gave all the support. And so, sir, we're thanking God for you today. We trust that God will continue to keep you strong. I remember the time you called me and said, you want to retire from this business. I begged you not to retire yet until I become governor. But now again that I'm governor, please don't retire. Because we still need the wisdom of the elders. We're here to celebrate you and thank God for you, for all that God has done for you. We trust God that He will continue to keep you strong and available for this nation, this state, and our communities. We thank you so much.
I really want to thank God because I came and met him as a leader, and throughout I held him as our leader. I recognize him as our leader, and till tomorrow he still remains our leader. Today I stand very, very, very happy, and I told him when he sent me the text, I said, don't worry, wherever I am on planet Earth, as far as God gives me the ability, I'll be here to honor you. And I still want to plead that please, we still need the voices of people like you. People who have also seen the other side of it. If we do anything wrong, call us and advise us. We'll heed to that advice. Country where life expectancy is quite short, and we are celebrating in this area. And I'm also tired of going to other parts in Nigeria, celebrating 90. They keep calling you. They throw all kinds of parties. You see a 90-year-old man coming and dancing even more than a 40-year-old man. So as you are 80 and you're still strong, and mommy is by your side, we thank God for your life, sir.
I also want to use this opportunity to thank a number of people whom God used to keep me alive and to also make me achieve the various successes that I have had. Today, I am full of thanks and praises to the Lord because I have seen His hand, He has blessed me, and I thank Him immensely.
Rising.
Wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Patience Umo Eno, has lauded the innovations of a non-governmental agency, the Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Path Initiative, FAREP. The governor's wife spoke on January the 29th during the launch of the Light Up Africa project by FAREP. Pastor Eno lauded the initiator of the program, Dr. Mrs. Martha Udomimano, on her commitment to supporting education in Akwa Ibom and the south of Nigeria. The project, aimed at distributing 2,500 solar lamps to students in rural communities, aims to tackle the challenge of poor access to electricity, thereby fostering academic excellence and curbing vices among the young people.
Here today, I commit to supporting the Light Up Africa through the lens of children projects and similar initiatives targeted at equipping Akwa Ibom's children resident in rural communities for a future of greatness regardless of their location. Unfortunately, millions of people in Africa, Nigeria, and the South region still live without a reliable access to electricity. And this has hindered their potential for growth and prosperity. This is why I must commend FAREP for taking out time and on this project, which focuses on the widespread distribution of 2,500 solar lamps to students of public secondary schools in rural communities of South Nigeria. A development that will light up the reading corners of the beneficiaries and encourage them to read and study hard towards achieving academic excellence. Inspire them to dream big as well as curb vices amongst the youth.
These lamps will not only light up their homes, but also illuminate the corridors of knowledge, paving way for education and empowerment. Therefore, the project scope is aimed at the distribution of 2,500 solar lights to schools in rural communities to aid their studying for greater and exceptional educational achievements. As we stand on the brink of global climate crisis, it is imperative that we recognize the sole role each one of us plays in preserving our planet. Light Up Africa is a humble contribution to the fight against climate change.
On behalf of the Apostolic Church local government area, I'm so grateful to be partaker of this great event, especially with this. I can study overnight. And so I appreciate this, most especially for inviting our school to be here.
To our mother, our amiable mother, Dr. Mrs. Matudom Emmanuel, for our selfless sacrifices to help the vulnerable children and the helpless and hopeless families. Thank you for being a pillar that the hopeless and the helpless can always run to.
With a heart full of joy, I tell you a very big thank you for this. We promise, with the students of Akwa Ibom State, promise to make good use of this. We promise to make a good result in our examinations.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
And on that humanitarian note, we draw the curtains on this week's episode of the show. On behalf of the team led by the Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Kerete Udo, we thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration of Akwa Ibom's transformative journey under Governor Umo Eno's Arise Agenda. So expect more inspiring stories and updates on the Arise Agenda. I have been your host, Miriam Daniels, the Air Goddess. Until next week, remember, together we rise. Bye-bye.